box really. First of all, I'd like to say thanks ever so much for the organisers and inviting me up. We came last year and we've enjoyed it so much, and we've enjoyed it again this year. It's lovely to see such a group of friendly people. It's a really nice little location, compact. It's just lovely feel to it, nice atmosphere. So well done all of you, especially the organisers that run the place, and I think they deserve a round of applause if that's all right.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today it's the North East Restoration Club's open day and car show. It was a brilliant day last year. We're heading off again. So today I'm driving the blue Mk1 GL Vauxhall Cavalier. It's an automatic, hence why you can see my left arm as relaxed as it is. Because it's 50 years of the Vauxhall Cavalier, I've got a Mk1, and up front we've got the yellow Mk1 as well. NUP 372P, oldest known surviving example. So we thought we'd show off the Mk1s today at this show, celebrating 50 years of the Vauxhall Cavalier's release. As you can see, it's looking scorchio, so weather-wise, gonna be a good one. Apparently we've got a special guest at the show to do some judging of vehicles. Anyhow, as I said in the video for last year, the club are trying to raise funds for their new roof. I'm going to see how they're getting on with that. The North East Restoration Club is an important location. It's a one of a kind. It's a club where you can physically work on your vehicles with the kind of facilities that are available, ramps, all the workshops, everything like that. So it's limited space at the show. So it's a case of first come, first there. And if there isn't any more room, well, then you're not inside. So I think we better get ourselves sorted out and get there on time.
So in last year's episode, we took a walk around the entire facilities with Andrew Billington. He showed us what was available, some of the projects that were currently taking place, and told us a bit more about the fundraiser for the roof. So in this year's episode, what I decided what we'd do is we'll have a look around the showground, looking at the cars that have come for the actual car show. We'll go back to 2004 in sections with Andrew Billington and check out all of the facilities again. But at the same time, we'll look at now, present day, and see how some of those projects have moved on. So if you don't want to miss anything, make sure you watch all the way to the end.
So this is the main entrance to the North East Restoration Club. We've got a show day on today. The club has been set up to provide facilities for people who are interested in classic and vintage vehicles, but not just as a meeting place, but also as a place where they can actually bring their cars to do work on them. And we have 28 bays that people can rent for either short-term or long-term, up to 5 years, in order to actually carry out that kind of work. So, for example, we've got different types of bays. We have what we call short-term bays, which are up to 8 weeks. So we've got some bays which are 1-year bays. So this is a vehicle that's in there for a year. And then we've got the longer term bays where you've got big job like this one where you can rent up to 5 years. And some of the facilities we have, I can show you. We've got the machine shop through here. So clearly on an old car, quite often you can't buy the parts, so you have to make some. And we've got this machine shop with 2 industrial lathes, industrial milling machine, pedestal drills. We've got bandsaws here. We've got swaging equipment, so you can actually form sheet metal to stiffen it, or for putting edges onto things. So we've got 2 large swages. We've got a set of rolls here to the right for putting curves into sheet metal as well. Further up the workshop, we've got a guillotine that's up to 4 feet, and also a bending brake, so you can bend sheet metal up to 4 feet wide. Top right, we've got a fly press that you can use with a variety of different forming swages to bend metal, or you can actually, I've used it to put louvers into sheet metal as well, by having made the tool. And at the very top there on the left, there's what we call an English wheel, and the English wheel is there to put compound curves into metal, and I can show you some of the things that that's used for. This is our bake cabin in through there, where guys, when they've got a bit tired, they can go and have a cup of tea and talk cars. We have a wide variety of cars in here. This is probably the only car of its kind in the country. It's called an Anadol, and it's a Turkish design car based on a Ford Escort running gear. Well, on the other side, we've got a little kitten that's being restored as well. Over here on the left again, an Alvis TD21. Often when restoration work's being done and there's a huge amount of welding to do and cutting out old rusty material, we put them on a rollover jig like this, so you can get access to the bottom, and it makes welding easier to do as well.
So in the workshop we've got various bits of portable equipment. We've got, in both of our workshops, we've got engine lifts. Over here is our bike bay. It's a 2-bike bay. We've got another bike in there at the moment just for display purposes for the show. But this is where people can come in and do complete restorations on motorcycles as well. These are available to be rented for up to a year.
Coming down into the lower workshop,
We've got more restoration bays. So these 4 here are all 5-year bays. This car's nearly ready. This belongs to our treasurer. He's done a lovely job on this in a couple of years from scratch. So he's done a nice job. And it's ready, almost ready to drive out now. I can remember these when I was a lad and they were rusty then. This is a Vauxhall Cresta estate. And actually this one I think came from Australia, if I remember rightly, and wasn't in such bad condition, but he's doing a full restoration on this one. So this bay here is another short-term 8-week bay, as is this one here. And also where the Morris Minor is. That one isn't actually in the process of restoration because the car that was in there is currently on the ramp for display. So for all of the bays, the work bays, the vehicle has to be at least 20 years old. But for things like the ramp, and we've got a spray booth outside and a blast shed as well, they could be for modern vehicles as well. So people can bring in their modern vehicle to do their maintenance work on this. But this car belongs to a lad that's joined a few years ago. He's in his early 30s, had no experience with car maintenance, and he does an absolutely fantastic job. You can see the level of detail he puts into these things. And he's done all this in a very short space of time. He's had the front end all apart and all painted up and cleaned and everything, and now he's on the back end again.
Generally, you've got here it's a very old building. So these buildings are very old. This was the site of the old Blythe Brickworks, which actually was founded in 1898, if I remember correctly. Certainly just before the turn of the century. And the roof is very old and it's fragile, and we need to replace it. It leaks, and we're worried about it blowing off from the wind is blowing hard. So we're desperately trying to save up enough money to replace the roof, which is going to cost us, the best part, probably about $250,000 altogether to do. So it's not an insignificant amount of money. So we're trying to raise some money to do that. We're looking into seeing if we can get funding from various bodies, but we're not guaranteed to be able to do that. But that's one of the important things we're having to look at the moment. As a club, this is unique. There aren't any other places like this in the UK, and I think probably not in Europe. I'm aware of one similar one, but it's in New Zealand, so it's a bit far to go, really. So this is about the only place like this in the country that you can do this kind of work.
So I've put loads of links in the description below. Check them out. Links to the club, links to the GoFundMe. They really do need a new roof, and the work that goes on inside that building is absolutely amazing.